So, you know, when you think about a garden, you think about many things, and one of the things you have to think about, I think, is water, and I'm here with Eamonn Hughes of Hughes Water Gardens. And Eamonn, you know, ponds and water features add such an element of delight to a garden, and so today we're going to be talking about pond plants and the things that you put in there to add to the pond element even. So let's just start digging right in here.
Yeah, I mean, when you build a pond, it can be quite stark, and it's going to bring in the bird life and that, but it's nice to give them some cover and also to expand your palette of plants within the pond.
Yeah.
So there's a whole range of low stuff, medium range and high stuff, so you need to layer your plants on the edge of your pond.
Just like you would in your garden.
Just the same as in the garden. For instance, we have some low plants here like Lysimachia, which is used regularly in, you know, regular gardens, and this will creep out a little into the water and soften that water's edge. The little Juncus unicorn, this is the variegated form, isn't it magnificent?
Yeah.
A beautiful corkscrew here. It's just perfect. So there are examples of some of the lower ones, including this fern. People often don't realize many of the ferns will live in water, and we've tested these over the last 3 or 4 years. This one is actually called marsh fern, and it grows beautifully in the water.
Nice.
So it gives that softness to the edge of the pond. And then going into the medium range, this is a new plant that we've been carrying called yerba, very pretty white blossom.
And I love the seed pod.
The seed pod, lovely cinnamon coloured seed pod there. It does have runners, so you do have to watch it. These will fall down and start running within the pond. So you'll have to do some maintenance, just nip them off and keep it contained within the pond. Next to that, we have this Sagittaria called silk stockings. We have a native one around here called duck potato that ducks all eat. But this was one that had this magnificent variegation on it, this purple variegation,
beautiful.
And then the white flowers with purple edge on them all summer.
And the seed pods, it's just another addition
It's really pretty. Look, they get to be like little Sputniks here.
Yeah.
And one of my favourite edge plants is the pickleweed. You get these magnificent blue flowers. I have this around my pond at home, and it's weathered beautifully through all of that freeze last winter, and it's in full flower again this year. And this flowers again all summer. It also comes in a pink form if you like that. This is the blue form of it. And then we transition up further into some cannas. Now, not all cannas will grow in the water, so you'll have to check with your local nursery. Buying cannas, will these tolerate water? These ones here, the pink, and there's a red one there as well, are specifically water cannas.
And I'm assuming the same is true with irises too.
Same with iris. Like Siberian irises will actually grow in the summer in the pond, but they won't tolerate sitting in the water all winter, so you can't use those. These are iris insata, and they do very well on the pond's edge.
Beautiful.
As well.
Absolutely beautiful.
And if you have enough room around your pond, it's nice to get a really tall layer. If you have enough to get up high, this is a hibiscus, and the blossoms are just starting to come on it. The buds are opening. And the blooms on this are going to get to be about 6-7 inches across. They're stunning.
Yeah.
If you want a tropical feel, some of the giant papyrus, again, will go 7 feet tall. So that's sort of some of your layering. Go to your nursery, see what's available out there, and then get some advice on that layering up, and get a colour palette of the foliage, the flowers you like, and the colour palette that'll suit your garden.
Well, you know, I have a lot of customers talk to me, Eamonn, about what goes outside of the pond. You talked about softening the edge, but there are plants that would go into a moist situation. I believe you call it a bog, which really isn't a pond at all. Let's talk about that a little bit.
What we really like to do around many of our ponds is transition then into, you know, bog plants. Plants that will thrive in moist soil, not necessarily standing water all of the time. And there's a very big palette of those that, you know, can really enhance your yard. You can also bring your overflow from your pond into this area. And setting a bog up is very simple. You're going to dig out a section just beyond the pond, down maybe 8-9 inches, put a piece of pond liner in, and come up about 5 inches on it and just put some slits in it. So essentially it only holds water at the base of it.
Sure.
And then fill that whole area with a nice humusy compost that the bog plants will enjoy growing in, and then you can grow anything you want inside that area.
And let's go quickly over a couple of the beautiful bog plants that you have over here.
Yeah, there's a great one here, Rumex, which has magnificent veination. Look at that coloration.
Yeah.
And this does very well in a bog garden situation. Just remember to cut out the seed heads throughout the season so you keep this tight to the ground, and then that coloration will remain. And another one are some of the pitcher plants, and these are fascinating for the kids to see. the flies go down, get caught, and this plant actually lives on flies going into it, and it digests them.
And the
and
structure
does it.
is amazing too.
It's an amazing structure, and it has a wonderful flower in spring. And then some of the, in the Buttercup family, and this flowers all summer. This is one of the giant globe buttercups, and this is great in that transition zone, along with the lobelias.
Beautiful.
And there's some called complement, or lobelia fulgens, or Victoria. Really bring great color all summer to the yard.
Well, you know, Eamonn, I have to say that every time I come here, I think your nursery is just beautiful, and I have to doubly say today that it's really stunning. I mean, you have some amazing new water features,
We do.
some beautiful the round pots of stuff in them that I don't even know what you call them, but they are just breathtaking. So if you have any other questions, or if you have the slightest amount of intimidation, please come out to Hughes Water Gardens, talk to their great staff. They'll take all that away and teach you how to have a great pond and bog garden in your own yard. Thanks so much, Eamonn.
Thanks, William.